Bored Ape Yacht Club, one of mankind's dumbest inventions. This is an NFT brand that gained a lot of traction after celebrities endorsed it and after NFTs skyrocketed for a bit before they plummeted, and there was this hype train, this gold rush going on for a bit that has kind of waned. But, you know, they're bros who are still hanging on. You got situations like these, which are really funny. Somebody highlighted how funny it is to watch NFT bros learn about screenshots and how they feel like when somebody right-clicks and saves their NFT images, it's like stealing. So right here, I got the same one, said this Twitter user in response to Kingle's NFT monkey here. And the response received here is, dude, I own this NFT. Do you really think you can get away with theft when you're showing what you stole from me directly to my face? My lawyers will make it an easy job of this case. Prepare to say goodbye to your luscious life and start preparing for the streets. I will ruin you.
You know how much I sacrifice?
Acting like downloading a JPEG from the image is the same as trespassing and theft. And it's just the fact that these NFT bros don't understand what they're actually buying. You're not buying the image. You're buying the receipt that links to the image. There's also very little legal precedence for this stuff, not to mention the law will never say that downloading a JPEG from the internet is illegal when what you paid money for was, in fact, the NFT, which is not the image itself, just the thing that says you own the image, and you know you're the one taking its word for it, so good for you, I guess. But for the rest of us, we'll just download the JPEGs how we feel like it. It's the internet, man. You've got other NFT bros saying things like, you think it's funny to take screenshots of people's NFTs, huh? Property theft is a joke to you? This reads like a Dwight Schrute tweet. I'll have you know that the blockchain doesn't lie. I own it. Even if you save it, it's my property. You're mad that you don't own the art that I own, says mad NFT bro. Delete that screenshot.
Millions of families suffer every year.
It's dumb enough on its own to engage with the NFT landscape at all, but the fact that they don't even know what they're getting into just makes this all the more laughable. Some NFT bros are calling for the disabling of right-click saves, a basic computing function they want completely removed just because they really want to feel like they own their JPEGs and didn't waste money on that crap. Here's a response that reads, the NFT space needs this if we ever hope to survive. Good luck surviving. Here's one more dumb NFT bro tweet just for good measure. Here's somebody who spent $225,000 on an NFT and is mad that people are stealing the JPEG, which again is not what he actually owns. The NFT is not the JPEG. Stressing me out, not gonna lie. Honestly, man, if you feel empowered stealing other people's property, go for it. It's whatever. I don't care. I don't care at all. So yeah, this is the kind of idiocy that this landscape attracts, and shit just got way dumber with an NFT game that is being developed surrounding the Bored Ape Yacht Club IP, which is kind of the main subject of this video. There's this video that was uploaded. I'm a little late with this. This was uploaded a month ago, titled Bored Ape Yacht Club's Next Chapter. And, you know, at first in the intro, they talk about all of the accomplishments, all the cool stuff that's happened, cool stuff, I quote that, that's happened surrounding Bored Ape Yacht Club, like the metaverse trailer that they released, and, you know, got some celebrity endorsements. Freaking Jimmy Fallon put it on a show at one point and stuff like that. But what they don't address are situations like scams, things like Seth Green and how his Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT got stolen and he wanted to make a show out of it, but the rights carry with it, so he had to like pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it back. Essentially had to pay a ransom. And now here comes next generation stupidity in the form of this NFT game that is essentially just another major grift. Let's check this out. I'll break it down as the trailer goes along because some of the stuff that they talk about here doesn't even sound like English. Here we go.
Which all leads us to the trial of Jimmy the monkey. It all started when Jimmy...
And I will say, it is a bit of a waste that what is good artwork is being wasted on such a crappy venture.
It all started when Jimmy took a shit so atomic, he ripped a damn hole in the space-time continuum.
Pretty dumb plot.
Was handed a mysterious box and a key from another universe. But instead of opening it, they partied. And now the key is inconveniently stuck inside Jimmy's back door. His, wazoo. Chocolate pocket? It's his butthole. Now it's up to us to open that box. We gotta take the long way around to get the key.
So, like, he pooped a key and you gotta go find the key. So that's, like, the premise.
Starting January 17th, each ape and mutant can claim a sewer pass that grants access to the bowels of the yacht club.
Okay, so the way you claim a pass, which you need to play this game, is by owning a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, one of the stupid monkeys, animals, whatever. And there are different tiers, and the higher tier, the more of a boost you'll get to your score when you're playing the game, which ties into the ultimate goal of this game, which is extremely vague. You're not really sure what you're paying for with this game. I'll get to that in a bit. But yes, there are passes involved and all this stuff that involves NFT shenanigans. Now, you can also get a pass without the NFT, but you have to buy it off of someone, buy it off as an NFT. So people can choose to, those who already own Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, they can choose to get a pass and then essentially sell that off and make money that way. And it goes for like thousands of dollars when you look at the Ethereum cost of these passes. I'll get to that in a bit as well.
For a skill-based mint called Dookey Dash that begins January 18th.
So January 18th is the day that the video game itself, Dookey Dash, will come out.
You'll be able to claim one sewer pass per bored ape or mutant ape you own, and there are special tiers if you have a doggo to go with. Depending on what you've got, your sewer pass may include a sweet bonus. While
Yeah, like, again, it almost doesn't sound like English. It's just the kinds of words that are being strung together for a venture that is just so freaking useless.
apes are the only ones who can claim a sewer pass. Anyone who has a sewer pass can play, not just apes.
So yeah, that's what I mean when I say that you can get the pass without having the monkey NFT by buying the pass off of somebody else who maybe want to profit from this whole venture by selling passes as owners of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs.
You can get a sewer pass anytime between January 17th and February 8th.
There are time limits to all this, so it's all about get it now, and it's all about artificial scarcity, the whole 9 yards. It's just the classic NFT grift.
Make sure you hold on to your sewer pass and play at least once if you want to make the most of it. On January 18th, the sewer will open. The trans-dimensional portal flooded the
And this is the game
sewer with
itself.
powerful fragments from another universe. You'll want to collect these fragments, and some are worth more points than others. Watch out for obstacles and survive as long as you can to rack up more points. You can also use Ape Coin to buy power-ups that'll help you.
It's a pretty basic video game. You just avoid obstacles, collect things, build up points, and those points, what they are intended for, will be explained here. Oh, by the way, also, you can actually pay to win. There are boosters you can buy, so you can double your dash, and there are other bonuses that you can apply by buying items for real money that will boost aspects of your gameplay and give you a gameplay advantage. So on top of all the NFT grift stuff, they're implementing pay-to-win microtransactions.
You'll have 3 weeks to play as many times as you want. This is a skill-based mint.
That's another thing. This is a limited video game. It only lasts for 3 weeks. You'll be paying thousands of dollars worth of Ethereum to essentially get a ticket that will grant you access to a game that will only last 3 weeks. And as it'll be explained in the video soon, the whole point is to get the highest score possible before that time limit ends, and then that player is supposed to get some kind of major reward that surely will revolve around NFTs and monetization elements. This is not really a video game. You don't get lost in a fictional setting and just kind of escape into a world where there's no real life consequences. This is going to have a lot of financial implications.
The longer you survive and the more fragments you pick up, the higher your score. The highest score you get across all your runs will be recorded, and when the sewer closes, the highest score amongst all players gets the key, and all eligible sewer passes will prepare for the summoning. Pay attention, this next part is important.
So once the game is over, this 3-week limit of playing the game is over, somebody's going to have this high score among all players, and whoever has that high score will get this thing called the key. And as you'll see throughout this video, the implications of that are never really described. You're supposed to covet this key thing, but they're keeping details vague. So even though you're paying thousands of dollars to access this game, you're not really sure what you're working towards. And then people who have passes, who are able to access the game, will be confronted with this event called the summoning. But it's only the top scoring player out of all the players that will get this unique key. And then here the video explains further.
Your high score in the game is tied to the combination of your wallet and your sewer pass. If you give away your pass or it gets moved to another wallet, the score does not go with it. It's now a new wallet and pass combination. However, if you get that same pass back, As long as it's in the original wallet you played with, your high score will be there. Passes can only have one score tied to them, so when the sewer closes on February 8th, we will be re-verifying every single entry to make sure no one got up to any monkey business.
So these passes can be transferred over from wallet to wallet, and the higher the score that is attached to a pass, the more valuable, monetarily valuable that NFT pass essentially becomes, and that's part of the money game that's happening here. That's all part of the economic aspect of artificial scarcity and trying to raise the value of these items so that, you know, people can have something monetarily valuable that they can either retain in the hopes that it'll increase its value further, or they can sell it off and make money off of it. It's really a money game, ultimately. It's not really a video game. It is very much just a financial grift that only few will benefit from, as is the case with the whole NFT landscape and the crypto market.
Also, take note, when the sewer closes, the leaderboard freezes. After scores are validated, your sewer passes will be eligible for the most exciting part yet.
Okay, and here's where they're going to explain something. Now, they say that, you know, no cheating allowed, and they claim that they have anti-cheating measures in place so they can check everything and verify everything. But the NFT landscape and the crypto landscape is so rife with scams, and so many of those scams and hacks and heists have been pulled off successfully that it's impossible to trust the legitimacy of this game and that it'll go smoothly and that everything will go off without a hitch, that there will be no cheating involved, that somebody won't be able to cheat the system somehow and get away with it. It's like, I don't know at this point how people trust this stuff when it's consistently proven to be untrustworthy and unsafe. But that's just my take.
The summoning!
So this summoning thing is going to happen after the 3 weeks period.
Has been studying the box that Curtis received.
Some dumb lore behind it.
Conditions are right to perform a summoning ritual that will bring incredible power sources from another dimension into our world. Gary will be watching you in the sewer, because on February 15th, eligible sewer passes can participate in the summoning.
It's not really
Your
properly
best score
explained.
will determine when it reveals. So keep those sewer passes close by. The reveal is just the beginning.
It's like a raffle where you don't know what your rewards are. It's a game show where you don't know what you're winning or why you're participating. It's so freaking dumb. It's like if a game show was called, you know, Who Wants to Be instead of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire explains what you're getting if you win the game. You get $1 million. But this is basically Who Wants to Be a what? I don't know. Just play the game and find out. And also, by the way, pay a lot of money to get into the game.
Your power source will be able to evolve through a sequence of various ApeCoin-powered minigames as the story continues. These power sources are your key to what comes next.
So yeah, they hint at like how the sewer passes will carry over through this, I don't know if you can call it a roadmap or whatever, Evo 1, Evo 2, the stuff that's happening in the future, but they don't explain what any of this stuff is. So you don't really know what these sewer passes are for. You don't know what anything about this game is for. You don't even know what the key's gonna do. You know, the guy who scores the top score or whatever gets this super valuable, unique thing, I guess. And I feel like the hope is gonna be that this NFT, unique NFT that this key ultimately unlocks will just skyrocket in value, become the Charizard Pokemon card essentially of this realm. And it just feels like it's headed towards that, but nothing really that special. This reminds me of freaking, what's his name? Peter Molyneux. It reminds me of Goddess when he just didn't explain anything and said, here's an app where you can tap away at this cube, and the last person to tap and hit the center of the giant cube will win something transcendental. And it was just all bullshit. It was just basically a giant scam that because Peter Molyneux, as always, couldn't deliver on his promises. But in this case, it just feels like a very calculated scam where they understand exactly what they're doing, exactly what they're promoting. And, the vagueness of it all just, keeps people curious and engaged. But, the rewards might ultimately not be worth it. This feels like a Peter Molyneux concept. But at least the Curiosity app that led to Goddess was free. You didn't lose anything by partaking in it. Well, you do lose time, but you don't lose anything material or financial. To participate in this Bored Ape Yacht Club game, you're spending thousands of dollars on these passes with different tiers, with different benefits and whatnot.
Okay, that was a lot. But before you go posting about it on Twitter, screenshot this graph so you have something to reference. You can also
That's
check
the
out
roadmap, the schedule of the vague things that are going to happen surrounding this game.
Format, even if you don't read. And please double check every link you click to make sure you're going to the real deal. It's almost time to literally go ape shit. Oh, I've been wanting to say that one for a while. See you in the sewer.
So yeah, that's the video, and that's kind of my basic explanation of what this is. Because I remember first time I watched this video, I couldn't comprehend what I was looking at, what they were explaining. Really, I just couldn't comprehend it. There were so many just random dumb words being thrown around, and this whole system is just so convoluted, intentionally so. And you've got numerous articles like PC Gamers here titled "The Bored Apes NFT is literally about chasing shit," and all of what I've just explained is kind of explained right here, but alongside that, the performance of this game is reported on here. The floor price for a sewer pass on OpenSea, the lowest price on auction, now stands at more than 2 Ethereum, which at the moment translates to nearly $3,100 in real money. That is the price of the ticket, essentially, to partake in this game, in this environment. That price is rising quickly. The floor price yesterday, as of the publishing of this article, was 1.49 Ethereum. Now, this article is almost a month old. If you go to OpenSea right now, you can see that numbers have changed with the sales volume and all these things having changed over time. The floor right now seems to be at 2.25 Ethereum, and based on what the current price of Ethereum is, you know, the value of that will vary, but it's in the thousands of dollars. If you don't own one of those freaking monkeys, that's the minimum you have to pay to get one of these passes that are being sold off by people who are able to gain access to these passes by owning a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT. Now, so the publishing of the PC Gamer article, the total volume of sewer pass sales on OpenSea at this moment stood at 13,329 Ethereum, nearly $21 million. Now, in terms of owners, we're looking at 13,654 owners, 52% of which are unique owners. So the people partaking in this, it seems to be in the thousands, which is not a whole lot, but they're all contributing a lot of money. They're all being whales, and so this venture is making Bored Ape Yacht Club millions and millions of dollars. The highest price paid for a single pass so far is 6.2 Ethereum, 9.7 or $9,700 for a Tier 4 pass. Just what a sucker, I say personally. The point of all this is, well, frankly, unclear to me. Same. I don't understand what all of this is building up towards. I guess we'll get more details come February 15th, 2 days from this recording of this video, which is when the summoning is meant to happen, whatever the hell that is, and I'll keep you updated on just how much all of this evolves and just how this bizarre scam continues to unravel. But until then, we're kind of left in the dark as to where any of this is headed. PC Gamer is also scratching its head about the summoned power sources that can be utilized in future minigame sets to reach the Evo 2 stage and beyond. Whatever the hell that means, just again, a bunch of words thrown out there that don't add up to anything substantial or anything tangible. Utility of the power sources, which may or may not be somehow connected to the horrific Other Side metaverse platform. That's the metaverse that Bored Ape Yacht Club is making. Not long ago, we had frickin' Snoop Dogg and Eminem perform via their ape NFTs in this metaverse. Here's kind of what that looked like for those who are curious. This is a video from 5 months ago. The likes to dislikes ratio already is not great. But yeah, you can see just this. These are the character models that they used to do this concert. And I mean, it just, look at this. Why would I want to watch this over just a live concert? Just footage of the artist just singing in live action format instead of whatever the hell this is. But anyway, back to the PC Gamer article. The utility of the power sources, which again may or may not be connected to Other Side, is almost irrelevant. It's about churning money. The number of sewer passes is limited, artificial scarcity, and power sources with high scores attached will be even rarer, and in the world of NFTs that grants them the appearance of value. Players who want to sink even more money into this can also purchase power-ups, again, basically microtransactions to aid them on their journeys through the sewers. Turning baseless hype into money-sucking speculation seems to be the intent of all of this. And that's the thing. We're supposed to speculate about where all of this is headed because everything's kept so vague. We don't know what spending thousands of dollars to play this so-called video game will get us. And so that within itself is its own speculation in what is already a speculative market. It's like nothing highlights further just how speculative and how unsafe and how uncertain all of this is than the fact that the game itself is speculative within a speculative economic environment. There's another article here by Ars Technica titled "The First Bored Ape NFT Game Costs $2,300 plus for 3 weeks of play." That price again is constantly fluctuating based on the floor price and Ethereum's price, but I've highlighted some of the key bits here, and there's another article that essentially echoes a lot of what PC Gamer already said. They explain here how sewer pass holders will be able to trade their pass for a mysterious power source NFT during the summoning, which starts on February 15th, again 2 days from now. The quality of those power sources will apparently be tied to each sewer pass's relative position on the game's final leaderboard, with rarer traits, whatever those are, being associated with higher scores. The player at the very top will be the only one to get the ultimate power source, whatever that means. And these power sources that will carry on to future aspects of the roadmap that will be able to be utilized in the future minigame sets to reach the Evo 2 stage and beyond, whatever that means. Again, nobody knows where any of this is headed, but Ars Technica puts it very clearly what this whole scam and scheme is ultimately about. What is important is that these NFTs have a strictly limited supply. Only a few thousand sewer passes will be made available to existing Bored Ape Yacht Club members, and the power sources derived from the best Dookey Dash scores will be rarer still. Speculators are essentially betting that these NFTs, or future NFTs generated from the current ones, will eventually be in demand among other side users who will value whatever function they do have in Yuga's metaverse if and when it releases. And even if that intrinsic gameplay-based demand for these NFTs never actually materializes, speculators can still hope to sell other speculators, greater fools, if you will, who believe in the future value proposition. It's one giant gamble, like the stock market is, but this is far more speculative, far less regulated. It is ultimately just one giant Ponzi scheme. It is all just far removed from what truly makes a video game a game. There are gameplay mechanics here because there's an actual game that you have to play, but the end goal is not to beat the game and then have credits roll and be satisfied that you went through this cool fictional experience like you could escape to and not be concerned with real world problems. All of this ties to your money. It's about getting people hyped for something that they hope will become incredibly valuable and coveted and will be able to make a lot of money off of the value that they hope they're gambling on increasing and skyrocketing as this whole venture goes along. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of everything you need to know about this whole Bored Ape Yacht Club game. It's not really a game. Just be aware of it. Figure to be, I don't know, interesting to talk about, but also a way to caution people away from stuff like this. And as all of this develops, I'll keep you updated on how this goes and whether there are nefarious elements about it to further discuss. But until then, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on this Bored Ape Yacht Club quote-unquote game. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.